everyone, it's Holly and welcome to another Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Ginger Reads Laney and is a Goodreads group which is linked in the description below if you want to know more about it or want to find other people who participate in Top 5 Wednesday. This week's topic is top 5 books that take place in your city, country, region, that kind of thing. And I don't know any books that take place in my city that are like books I've really read. I live in upstate New York, or well, I feel like most people view upstate New York as anything north of New York City, which is basically all of New York. I'm from like western New York, I guess is more specific. I'm from Rochester, which is one of the biggest cities in the state, for crying out loud. Come on. So I feel like I kind of picked some weird books and I finagled with rules, but I didn't want to just pick books that took place in New York City or books that took place in the US because that felt kind of cheapy. So I tried to pick books that took place kind of in the northeast area of the United States. I felt like that was a fair thing, although I think some of these maybe could be considered more mid-Atlantic, you know, but that's fine. First is The Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward. This takes place in what I believe is a fictional town, I've never researched it, of Caldwell, New York, and it's kind of just outside of New York City. I kind of think of it as like a sort of Albany type situation. I don't really know, but that's kind of the gist I get. So if you're in New York State, it counts, plus I really like it. If you don't know, this is paranormal romance. I feel like I've been seeing more and more people talk about it on YouTube, which is good, but I really enjoy it. It follows vampires, but there's a kind of a twist on the vampire mythology. The Gallagher Girls series by Ali Carter. I think this takes place in like Virginia and like the DC like greater area, you know, like all those places. I think it's Virginia though, which, you know, isn't New York, but I feel like it's kind of in the same-ish area of the country. Oh, just realized freaking the Luck series takes place in Virginia. Why didn't I pick that one? Well, too late. I've done a series review on the Gallagher Girls series, and I've also done an author recommendation on Ali Carter because I really like her. This series is basically about a school that trains girl spies. You know, just your normal run-of-the-mill story. Is Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. This is the first book in the Cahill Witch Chronicles. I don't 100% remember where this takes place. I feel like it takes place in New England, regionally close, and I really enjoyed this. I can't say the series because I've only read the first book, but you know, I really enjoyed this book. It's an alternative history witch story. Next is probably a reachy one, but I feel like is accurate, and that is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I feel like this book takes place in kind of like a Hamptonsy, Cape Cod-y situation where it's like New England, New York, East Coast, on the beach town kind of a place, and I feel like is regionally near where I live, you know, counting things. And this is a contemporary young adult book, and I really enjoyed this story. It's a really realistic romance. The characters are really enjoyable. I really like the main character, Samantha, and I love this story. I kind of want to reread it. And I think the cover is gorgeous. I kind of wish I had it in hardcover. And my final one, I feel like, is my biggest reachy reach of all reaches. As far as I know, there is no official map for this, so this is just going based off of my own perceptions, and maybe I'm biased and that's how I made these perceptions, but I picked The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I mean, technically I could say this takes place in the US, so it counts. But I always kind of figured that District 12 was in like the New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia area, especially since there's mining. I think it makes sense that it would take place in or near Virginia, where there's a lot of Virginia, West Virginia, where there's a lot of coal mines and everything. But in my head, I kind of always pictured the district being in that part of the country. And like I said, maybe that's because that is where I'm from, so I just naturally associate it with my own place. But you know, I'm going with it. As I said before, there is a link to the Top 5 Wednesday Goodreads group in the description box below if you want to check anything else out. And if you want to talk about this week's topic or anything, or suggest books to me, feel free to do so down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.